So yeah, hi again. This time also we'll start with the medium, hopefully. Okay, given to function I for each quality the person notes. Okay, I don't understand the question, so let me read it again. Let me just see the examples. Maybe that will help. Alright. Okay, we pass to arrays and then we pass to individual numbers. Cool. Then first one is the person. Okay, times is sorted. So at 0 we got 1 vote for 0, at 5 we got 1 vote for 1, at 10 we got 2 ones and 1 0, at 15 we got 2 zeros and 2 ones, at 25 we got a 0 again, so 3 zeros, 2 ones, and then at 30 we again got a 0. So okay, somewhere I messed up, but yeah, overall it's the count. Okay, so he may ask us sometimes that are also less than 12. Okay, good to know. Are there only two candidates? Orange. Okay, there are no two candidates. There can be n number of candidates for the election. So one thing I can definitely tell is, let's just say he passes a time t in his own function. So we find a time in the given interval that is just less than or equal to t. Then the winner at t plus j is the winner at t. So at least that much we know. Now given that 10 candidates, so I'm just kind of thinking how can we maintain order of so let's just see the time constraints. So it's 5000 into 5000. So 5000 into 5000, 25 into 10 power 6, it's close to 10 power 8, and we can actually do it 10 power 8, so that's not an issue. Hmm. So one thing while maintaining the order is the guy that's most recent. If it's a tie, the guy that's most recent has some influence over that. So, hmm, okay, we can add a check, where we can see if the person that just got added has the same count as the maximum, and if they are the same, then we can just modify it to the person that's just had the maximum. So I think that works. But I think there's no but it handles everything, so we just need to have. Hmm, okay, this seems like some big question. Let's go to question two. You know what? On the other hand, this comes in an interview. I have to do it. So let me try this for 1 hour at least, and if I don't get it, then I may go to question two now. So just arranging is the problem. Even for arranging, we know we have to maintain n candidates, and brute force works. We just I just need confirmation for the implementation. Like I'm thinking how to implement that, and so obviously we can't use map, right? Because map, you have to keep the key which you want to measure against, right? And it's quite possible that if your keys count, you may have multiple collisions in that, and updating is also a problem because when you get a new count, right, you have to delete the element from map of n and put it again in the map of n plus 1, so you have to have a map inside a map, if that makes sense. And I think it's a little complex, so I'm just thinking, is there any other way we can do that? Okay, one thing we can do is keep the current maximum element. That's certainly a possibility. Keep the count of elements as such, and yeah, I think we might just keep the count of the current maximum votes. So okay, I think we can do that. Hmm. Where is persons dot I limit? Okay, so it's less than 5,000. Anyways, we will use map, right? So there is no point in using that. So let's just say map and comma and count. So this will store the current count of votes. So and winner is equal to -1 comma. What's the like highest count votes now? So max votes, maybe max votes 0, and then we have to have the length parameter. So times dot size, so that's taken care of. So what we need to construct is the okay. So the thing why I'm declaring it here and not here is, here he only passes an element t, which is time, and we don't have the access to the vector which if we declare it here. So I'm currently declaring it here, but since it's a global array, I think we should be able to manage it. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm getting a call. హలో, అరే కొంచెం బిజీ ఉన్నారా, మళ్ళీ కొద్దిసేపు పై చేస్తా. ఇంపార్టెంట్ టైం ఎగ్జామ్ ఉందా? సరే సరే, చేస్తా. ఓకే బాయ్. ఇంకా రాలేరా? నేను మళ్ళీ చేస్తా, ఎగ్జామ్ మధ్యలో ఉన్నాను. Okay, sorry for that. Hopefully I should be able to edit that out. Okay. Okay, where was I? I think I forgot where I was. As hard is that to believe. Okay. The max vote should be -1 at least. Okay. So count dot persons dot I. So this persons gets the vote, right? So persons dot I gets the vote at times t dot I, but times doesn't matter for us, at least for now. So count dot persons dot I is greater than or equal to max votes. See, I'm using greater than or equal to here because even if it's equal, right, the most recent one would be the this guy, right, the persons dot I, because he just came in now, so he should be the winner at least. So count winner is equal to persons dot I and max votes is equal to this guy. We may use some time variable instead of fetching from the map, but hey, hello can never hurt anybody, right? So answer dot push back winner. I think this part is done. Okay, which part? Okay, I think I forgot to write that part. So yeah, the part where we declare the winners for the at least the given times is done. Now we just have to, he is given time t, right? We have to find a time t such that it's just less than we have to find a time t that's just less than or equal to the given time. I don't know if he includes 0 every time. Times dot 0. Okay, he so the times he's given, he is always greater than 0, so that's a good thing, I guess. So now we can actually iterate. Okay, given that we have time, right, only 2 questions, let me also do write the binary search part at least. So what should we name the binary search part? Let's name it crick, vector int times int start int end and target. So that is just less than or equal to, right? If start greater than end, that's return -1. So here return -1 indicates that the solution is not possible, but here we are assured that the solution is always possible. So hopefully int met is equal to start plus end met slash equal to 2. So from the previous videos, from what I learned is I'm like the speed is good but the accuracy is not there. I'm making a lot of compilation mistakes, so we have to reduce that. Okay, let's just see. Start greater than and making good. Okay, if time start main is equal to target. return mid. See, the thing is like you can have, so even if it's less, we are okay with that. So less than or equal to target return max of mid comma break off. Okay, we just have to find int max. So the thing is, if you encountered a index where it's less than or it's less than target, you're done. Matlab you have one possibility of answer, and your another possibilities might be lurking out in your right side of the array. So what I'm doing is, if and all you go to the right side of the array and you're not able to find out that element, so then you return -1. So this return of -1 ensures that when we take max, so if this part is -1, right, all right, let me put the bracket. So if this part turns out to be -1, this part will be returned, or else if this part does have something, one more possibility of value is there, then this part will be returned, since uh, the index will be increased. Okay, maybe let me try. Hopefully you'll understand when I code it up. So the start, since we are less than the target, okay, so or else return, since our times dot mid is greater than the target, then it's not useful at all. So times start and mid -1 and the target. So hopefully this returns the minimum index that contains value less than or equal to, like the index which is most nearer to t and less than t. So we write return answer dot greet dot times on 0 dot times dot size -1, and okay, we are not even passing the times, right? So we need to have times 2 after int times g, which is times global. So times g is equal to times g here and times g here. Hopefully we'll get to. So we got three functions, so a lot of places to get errors, and it's starting with null 0 double 1 double 0 1. Okay. I know something is wrong, because you'll never get on first try, but when exam it only contains one example test case. Okay, so let's see what error this comes up. Oh god, no, miracles do happen sometimes, so you never know. So car, okay, moving on. There is a car with a capacity empty seats. The vehicle only drives east. It cannot be driven around west. Interior the capacity trips. Number of passengers from I to I indicates and the trip has number of passengers and the location. Okay, number of passengers from 2. The locations are given at the number of kilometers due east from the car initial position. And the okay, so this is kind of the same question as maximum overlapping sub intervals. And okay, I did not see the constraints, right? So my constraints are from and to would be in the size of like 10 power 9. Let's see. Okay, I badly misjudged it, completely misjudged it, but mistakes happen. This one we can, so the way to do is like declare an array of size 1000 and keep adding the numbers. but in general if you have to do it, so you have to do it in a way such that you contain two vectors, right? And you keep iterating. You have to okay, how do I say it? You sort them and you try to merge them, have common intervals as such. So yeah, this would have been a really difficult problem had he given that from to 2 would be of size 10 power 9. Now given that this is medium, so hopefully he, okay, that's enough chit chat. Let's go to the problem at least now. So one thing I have to make sure is like from and to or both from and to inclusive or exclusive. So let's just see it from here. So 1 to 5 and 3 to 7. So somewhere in between 3 and 2 gets added and 4 is not possible. Okay, that's fine. So 1 to 5 and 3 to 3 and 7. Okay. Means the from okay from my to respect to the number of kilometers to up and down. So the thing is, I'm not understanding if 2 gets off and 3 gets in, right? If a position it has a capacity of let's say 8 and including 2 it's 8. Now at that stop 2 gets off and 3 gets in, right? Now if 2 gets off before 3 gets in, then car can operate at that capacity, but if 3 gets in and then 2 gets off, then the car momentarily has a capacity, should have a capacity of 9, but we only have 8. So then we won't be able to solve. uh, so given that he did not mention anything about inclusive and exclusive, so I am assuming both are inclusive. Since we have more than one more time, we can modify the code if and all we need it. So the approach, I think it's pretty simple. Let me just try to write it up. So declare an array of size 1000. Okay, so 1002 maybe, and for every trip, uh, increment from start point to end point by, okay, lot of spelling mistakes, number of passengers. So and uh, calculate the max number of passengers at any given time, return if max less than or equal to capacity. So yeah, that's cool. Vector int click 1001, I guess. So it's 1001. So why 1001 is because for array you can't go to the last element, right? If you declare an array of size 10, you can go up to only array of 9 because array of 0 will be included and also here he mentioned less than or equal to 1000, right? So if I want to be able to go to 1000 and all, I need 1001. And why I said this is possible is, let's say for every trip we go from 0 to 1000. So for every trip the number of trips is like 1000, and for every trip we say let's take 1000 steps, so that's 10 power 6, and 10 power 6 is kind of like the uh, in range of the optimal solution. So the thumb rule which I go by is 10 power 6, 10 power 7, both are acceptable, and up anything greater than 10 power 7 and you are entering in the region of time limit exceeded, and if something is 10 power 8, then you're pretty much guaranteed to be time limit exceeded. This is what I think. So int length is equal to trips dot size. So for int time is equal to 0 and less than an I plus plus uh, for int j is equal to trips dot 1, j less than or equal to trips dot 2, j plus plus. So it's now from 2 trips dot 1. Okay, trips dot I. So I think I forgot the I. So correct dot j is equal to trips dot I dot 0 long int maxi is equal to, just say 0 because capacity is greater than 1, right? Always, yeah, capacity is greater than 1. So maxi is equal to max of maxi comma of j, I guess. Yeah, so for everything, so return maxi less than or equal to capacity. So hopefully this should not give us time limit exceeded. Okay, let's let it compile first. uh, so yeah, sorry, one more thing to notice, like max won't work for long int. So for it to work for long int, you just have to write a function your own, name it max, but in this case I don't think it's necessary. Okay, it's false, so the next one should be true. Okay, hopefully now time limit exceeded. Oh, okay, what has happened here? Okay, that bastard did not include, so we just should not include that. Okay, so what has happened? So 5 to 6, 7, 7 to 8, and 1 to 6. So okay, I don't understand what's happening here. So okay, you can't consider adjust, but the middle inside should be considered. Okay, so this case is very peculiar because let me write it. So if it's 5 comma 6, right, when you don't consider edges, so you won't consider 5, you won't consider 6, so it will become as 0. But there exists a case where, when I'm going from 1 to 9, 5 to 6, so somewhere I will encounter an element where 5 to 6 should be counted, because 1 to 9 in the middle, when you are going from 5 to 6, you will have the passengers from 5 to 6, so you have to count them, but you don't have to count the edges. So what I do is like multiply the whole thing by 2. Okay, so 5 becomes 10 and 6 becomes 12. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm introducing the decimals. So 5 to 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. So even you know while we eliminate the edges, the middle parts should in some capacity be there. So while I do that, so let's just say it's 1000, right? So it's 2000 now. uh, hmm, Okay, this hopefully should be false. Let's check it out. Okay. That's true. So hopefully we don't miss another case now. Okay, cool. So I'm a little not satisfied with the last part because we tried 2 times, so we have to take edge cases more seriously this time. Hopefully we'll reach that sweet spot of 40%. Let's see. Okay, this is taking longer than usual. Okay, we actually. Oh, I think what I think happened is like most guys did way. First they assume it's not exclusive, and then they assume they are inclusive, and then they multiply the whole thing by two, something like that. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in.